Welcome to the Confident Fit Women podcast, the only podcast and the number one podcast for women who want to lose weight in a sustainable and non-restrictive way. I am on a series right now and I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to calculate your calories for a calorie deficit today. So literally every single step by step, because I'm going to break down exactly how you need to calculate your calories in order for you to get into a calorie deficit, and that way you can see results as soon as possible, right? Now, I did make your life a little bit easier with this because I know a lot of clients first came to me not knowing how much food they should be eating in a day. So I did create a free cheat sheet that has a very simple math formula that will literally is a plug and play formula that will calculate it all for you and know exactly how much food you should be eating in a day. So if you want a free copy of that, make sure to drop me below this video or send me a message on my Instagram, and it will be absolutely free. My gift to you for being so awesome. Now, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Salome. Over the last 4 years, I've had the amazing pleasure to help over 200 plus women lose between 20 to 70 pounds in the first 90 days with my program called the Dangerous Divas. And in every single video, I like to give you a quick weight loss tip that you can implement immediately into your health and fitness journey and know that you have the knowledge to be successful forever. Now, you understand that a calorie deficit is important for weight loss, right? We all know that. The next thing is figuring out how much calories you need to be eating for your own weight loss journey, because everybody's different, right? And when we know that calorie deficits can help you create a realistic and sustainable plan to achieve your goals, we need to know exactly how much food we should be eating. So let's break it down step by step. It's going to be a little bit different, but I think it's going to be very, very beneficial. So, step by step, the first thing that we need to do in order for us to know how much food we should be eating in a day is determining our maintenance calories, okay? Your maintenance calories is what your body needs currently right now to maintain its current weight, to be able to have the proper bodily functions. And this obviously is going to depend on your age, your gender, your height, your weight, your activity level, things like that. So there's a couple ways that you can know and estimate what your basic maintenance calories are, right? First thing is, the easiest way, honestly, is to get an online calculator, which will ask you for the details and give you an estimated calorie amount. Second thing is, I like to do, I guess I'm a little bit of a hard worker because I like to do it by hand. And it's a very common formula for women. So what we're looking for is that we're looking for a basal metabolic rate, which is, again, our maintenance calories, what our body needs to just function on a day-to-day basis. So if you prefer to do it manually, it's called the Harris-Benedict equation, and it's like this: BMR equals 655 plus, and then you open the parentheses. I can write it, well, whatever. You open the parentheses, and it's 9.6 times your weight in kilograms plus 1.8 times your height in centimeters. So make sure that if you are in the US and you use not the metric method, you just transfer that. And then it's minus 4.7 times your age. Obviously, if you look it up, it's called the Harris-Benedict equation. It will be everywhere. Now, once you know how much food your body needs to just function in the first place, which is your basal metabolic rate, you're going to multiply it based on your activity level. Now, most people that is starting the health and fitness journey are either sedentary or light active, which you're only going to time that number that you just got in step 1 by 1.1 or 1.2. That's it. So let's say my basal metabolic rate is about 1,500 calories. I'm going to time it times 1.1 if I'm sedentary or a little bit active, like working out 2 days a week. That is your maintenance calories. That is what your body currently needs to be able to maintain its weight, to be able to keep up with your workouts and have the proper calorie function, okay? Or, sorry, bodily functions. Now, we know how much food we should be eating in a day. Again, it's all in my cheat sheet if you guys just want it. It's a lot simpler. We need to decide what our calorie deficit is going to know. So now that we know that, the size of our deficit depends on how quickly we want to lose weight. But I do want to remind you, and I'm going to keep saying this over and over again, if you are not eating that first amount of calories that our body needs to properly function and have our maintenance calories, you cannot get into a deficit, okay? So first, you need to be eating that amount of food. If it's 1,500 or 1,700 and you're only eating 1,200, you need to get up to that first, because that's what your body currently needs. Then, once you're at that point and your weight loss kind of stalled, we can go into a calorie deficit. I like to not go very steep. So it's not recommended that you do a massive, aggressive deficit because you're going to lose a lot of muscle mass. You're going to slow your metabolism down, and there's just risks of you having like nutrition deficiencies, which is not what we want for. So we're going to aim between 200 to 500 calories deficit. So let's say our body needs 1,700 calories. We're going to drop it down to 1,500 and then maybe drop it down to 1,400 or 1,300 later on. But not all at once, slowly by slowly as you are progressing and as your body kind of stalls, if that makes sense. Okay, so we know what our deficit should be, or our maintenance should be. We know what our deficit should be. Now we need to track how much food we're eating, right? Because to maintain that calorie deficit, you need to track your calorie intake. So you either have to use a food diary or a app like MyFitnessPal is really great. It's easy to track your meals. It's easy to log it all in there and know exactly what your calorie intake is, which is super nice. And you need to be consistent with it because every single day is a little bit different. So you need to log everything that you eat, that you drink, even the smallest snacks, even the dressings, because consistency is key to tracking your calories. Of one day is not going to be accurate. You need to do it for at least a week before you know exactly what you're putting into your mouth. And then you need to adjust it as needed, right? If you're not seeing the results that you want, you may need to adjust your calorie intake. You may need to increase your activity level. You may need to switch something in your routine. It can be a trial and error process, so you need to be patient and you need to make changes along the way because it is not a cookie cutter thing that everybody follows and everybody gets results, if that makes sense. And then number 4, you want to make sure that you monitor your progress, right? It's very important that we monitor our progress, that we're on the right track, and that we're celebrating every single victory that we're getting. So weigh yourself. I like to do a weekly weigh-ins just so that we keep in mind that the weight, like water retention, is in place. So I would definitely weigh myself in the morning, measuring your waist, your hips, your arms if you want to. I really just focus on my hips and my waist, nothing crazy. Take progress pictures. Progress pictures are going to be your best friend when it comes to your weight loss journey. And then pay attention to your energy levels, right? The way that you're feeling, your confidence, your self-esteem, things like that. That is going to make a big difference, okay? So there's your step-by-step on how to calculate your calorie deficit. It is a very important tool and it's a crucial tool for you to approach your weight loss journey with balance and sustainability. But first, you need to make sure you're eating that maintenance calories. Then you can get into a deficit and then tracking and monitoring and celebrating all of that, okay? Remember that weight loss is not just how much weight you're losing, but it's how healthy you're getting and the inches and the progress pictures and the energies and all the things that come into health and well-being. So stay patient, stay consistent, celebrate every single step of the way, and I know you are going to get results. Now, if you guys are like, holy crap, I need to calculate those things, but you're not making sense. I have a step-by-step in a very simple math formula in the free cheat sheet I created for you all. So if you want a copy, make sure to drop me below this video and I'll just send it to your messenger. My gift to you for being so awesome. I hope it made sense. If you have any questions, drop them below as well, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. I appreciate you all. Bye!